You're watching TAG TV. You're watching TAG TV.
I'm immensely proud to introduce to you my friends, Maxime Bernier. There are moments in history of a people that cry out for leadership, and Providence then answers by bringing forth an individual to be that leader in that hour of need. Such is my leader and the leader of the People's Party of Canada. But he's also my friend who describes himself as the Quebecois from Alberta. This self-description is very apt. For Maxime is a native son of Quebec and a great Canadian. He is cut from the same fabric of Canadian history from which was cut the greatly inspiring and charismatic leader in the early decades of the last century, Sir Wilfrid Laurier. Maxime is the embodiment of the words Sir Wilfrid expressed in speaking about himself. Sir Wilfrid said, "I'm a Canadian first, last, and all the time." And so is Maxime. And in speaking about his driving ambition in politics, Sir Wilfrid said, "The governing motive of my life has been to harmonize the diverse elements which compose our country." My friends, I speak to you straight from my heart. Maxime's motive, his driving passion, his most sincere devotion is precisely to meet those very challenges which motivated Sir Wilfrid Laurier and which he so eloquently expressed in our time and in our circumstances. So, without delay, my friends, here is my leader, Maxime.
Oh my God. You know why he's our candidate? Yes, I'm very proud to be your friend. And I know Salim for a long time. We had a couple of discussions. He was an intellectual that I was following, and now I'm very pleased that Salim, you decided to be a different politician, a real Canadian that is ready to work, to build together this country, and to be sure that this country will be like that in a couple of years from now. So we have great candidates like that all across the country. And what we are doing together, Salim said that we are making history, and I think we are. We are, because we are speaking about our real Canadian values. And sometimes, when I'm speaking about our values and against the official policy of multiculturalism, some journalists ask me some question about that. Oh, Mr. Bernier, that means that you don't want to protect the minority in this country. Because the ultimate minority, it is the individual. And when we want to speak about individual freedom and personal responsibility, we are speaking for a minority in this country. And that's what we want to do. So, being in politics at the end, it's to work for every Canadian. And I want to give you an example. When I was running for the leadership of the Conservative Party of Canada, I received a call because the ultimate minority, it is the individual. And when we want to speak about individual freedom and personal responsibility, we are speaking for a minority in this country. And that's what we want to do. So, being in politics at the end, it's to work for every Canadian. And I want to give you an example. When I was running for the leadership of the Conservative Party of Canada, I received a call from an organization. And they told me, Maxime, you must come to speak with us because we have a lot of our people in our organization that are members of the Conservative Party of Canada, and you have an election soon and they don't know for which candidates to vote. And they told me every candidate went to that organization, and that was a Muslim organization in Toronto. And they went and they had a questions, and they said, you're the only one who didn't come. And I said, I will be there. And they told me, we are asking the same questions to every candidate because we'll put that on our website and our members will be able to judge, to decide for which candidate they will vote. So I said, okay, I'll be there. And I'm telling you that example because it's what I believe deeply. And I answered the question, I was there, and at the end the lady looked at me. That's the most important question, Mr. Bernier. If you don't have the answer right now, you can think about it 10, 15 minutes, or you can go back to Ottawa and write the question, write us back your answer. And I said, my God, what is the question? You know? And she said, it's the last one, but our members will look at that question to decide for which candidate they will vote. I said, okay, can you just ask the question? And so, what will you do for the Muslim community? I said, that's the question? She said, yes. I look at her, I said, nothing. But I will do everything for you as a Canadian. I want to... And that's the same thing for the Christians community, for the Jewish community, for all these communities. For me, they're Canadian first, and I'll do everything for these people as Canadians. And that's the way we are doing politics. No pandering. If you're part of a group, that's okay. I respect you. But I want your support because you like our policies and you like the principles of our party. And I think that you did a good job to explain our 4 principles. And they're very important. And I can tell you that we won't do any compromise with that. You cannot compromise on your principles. And that's why it's important to have this debate about values, about what we believe in this country. We don't have this debate anymore. You know, you look at the platform of the liberals, the conservative, it's all about pandering. You're a mom who or a dad, or you have a kid that is playing hockey, and you know you want to have their vote and their support. You're going to give them a tax credit for your children that will play hockey. So we won't do that. We will lower your taxes to everybody. That will be a fair policy to everybody, and you'll have more money to decide what to do. If you want to give that to your son, and if you want him to be able to play hockey, you'll do that. If you want to do other things, you'll do that. You are responsible. So right now in this country, we have a big fat government in Ottawa that is telling you what to do every day and regulate, a lot of regulations every time something happens. Politicians think they have the solution and they put more legislation, more regulation, more taxes. So let's have a limited government in this country that will respect taxpayers, that will respect Canadians. But before doing that, we must have a discussion. And we are having that discussion about immigration, about multiculturalism. And I cannot add more than what Saline just said about it. And I want you to be able to read his book. And I'm doing that right now. It's a great work. And when you are reading this book, you're so proud to be Canadians. And I'm so proud to be Canadians. I like what I'm doing, and I know that we have your support. But we have the support also of people who are ready for a big change in this country. We are all together making history tonight. Something will happen in this country. Yes, politicians are saying that, oh, Bernier is a populist politician. You know, I don't have anything, but I'm okay with that, but just add smart populist politician. because me, Salim, and our candidates are appealing to your intelligence. We want you to understand our platform. And if you look at our platform, if you look at our policy, you'll know that it's based on common sense. And it's time to have debates in this country. Yes, I was very pleased to have this comparison with Sir Laurier. And, you know, he was a liberal, but he was a great liberal in the economic sense, and speaking about liberty. And, you know, I've read his biography and what he did for this country. But it was always based on values. And we had at that time, 100 years ago, discussion about the future of this country. And now we cannot have that in this country. We are starting a discussion on multiculturalism and on immigration. And people are saying, you know, you cannot speak about it. You cannot have any discussion about it. It's a taboo to speak about who we are and what we want in the near future for our children. No, it is not. And yes, we are welcoming people coming from other countries, but they must share our values. That's the basic. I'll tell you. When I was Foreign Affairs Minister, I traveled, and you know, the reputation of our country around the world at that time was a good reputation because of you, because of Canadians. And so I was in Saudi Arabia, and I arrived on a commercial plane. I was with my assistant, and she was with me, and they told us, stay in the plane because the king will come and they will be there just to receive you. And we have to wait. Everybody left the plane, and we were the only two in the plane. And so I was looking at the window, and the king arrived, and they put the red carpet, and everybody were ready to receive me as the Foreign Affairs Minister. So we were ready to go out, and leave the plane, a lady came and she said, I have a gift for you. For me? How come you're giving me a gift in the plane, you know? But she said, it's not for you. It's for your assistant. I said, okay. What was the gift? The gift was a burqa. And she had to wear the burqa. We were in Saudi Africa, yes, and we were there. We did like they asked us to do. So after that, I shake the king's hands, and she was with me. Nobody looked at her because she had the burqa. But we were in their country. That's their culture. And we respect their culture. But like Salim said, every culture are not equal. And when you are coming to our country, we want to welcome you also. But you have to respect our culture. You have to respect that here it's equality before the law. And freedom and the separation between religion and state, and equality before the law, equality between men and women, respect, pluralism, so tolerance. That's Canadian values, free markets, freedom. And so we build this country together. When I'm saying we, the Francophone, the Anglophone, the First Nation, and immigrants from all over the world. And we are all here, maybe from different ethnicity and other countries, but we are all united behind our Western civilization values and Canadian values. And when Justin Trudeau said there's no Canadian core identity, you know, it's not real. It's not real. You must not be proud of this country saying that. You know, we have a core identity, Canadian identity. That's what we are right now. And we must do everything to protect that, everything to be sure that people will come and to share our values. And we are welcoming everybody in our country. But can we ask our newcomers to, you know, first of all, having an interview with them? Because as you know, right now, only 20% of our newcomers, immigrants, have a face-to-face interview. So we are asking for a face-to-face interview with everybody. So we want to know them. We want to know if they share our Canadian values. And yes, if you share our Canadian values, our Western civilization values, you will come and help us to build a freer and a more prosperous country. So, you know, in politics, you have up and downs, and that's okay. But the most important, I can see it, we're going up every time. We started that, we were only 20,000 members of the People's Party of Canada. Now we're 45,000 members. We started that, I was alone, the 14th of September, a year ago in a couple of days. And now we have great candidates all across the country. More than the Green Party, more than the Liberals, more than the NDP, only the country. And we can grow. We can grow because maybe 50% of the population don't know that we exist. So we just have to be there. And I can promise you that I won't do any compromise with our principle. I don't have time to waste. I was 12 years in politics before creating the People's Party, and I like what I'm doing right now with you. I like the support that we have all across the country, in Quebec, outside Quebec, in Alberta, in New Brunswick. All across, we have people like you, working Canadians, that are coming to listen to a politician from Quebec with a strong accent, speaking about freedom. You know, that's great. Something is happening in this country. And what will be the result of the election? I can tell you that some journalists are saying, oh, Bernie won't be able to be re-elected in his riding. Just watch me. I don't like to quote Pierre-Elliott Trudeau, but on that one, just watch me in my riding. We're gonna be able, we're gonna be there, I'm gonna be there, but I won't be alone, I can tell you that. I won't be alone, and I will participate in the national debates. We'll have the decision, I will be there. I will be there because of you. You know, we have a petition right now, and we have more than 30,000 signatures all across the country. And, you know, you cannot please everybody in politics, but what I like, some commentators, like from the Global Mail or the Toronto Star, like Chantal Hébert, maybe CBC, they were saying, you know, Maxime must be there. Maxime must be at the debate. And yes, I think with their support, they want me to be there because they think that Bernie will be there, he will lose all his support, and that will be the end of his party. So that's why they want us there. But yes, I will be there, but that will be only the beginning of our common sense revolution. Only the beginning, I can tell you that. And I can tell you that we'll be there. And if we'll not be there, we're gonna do something special together. I don't know what, but I count on you. Maybe another kind of debate, and I don't know what we're gonna do. But people must know us and our policies. And that's why tonight I count on you, each one of you, you are part of that common sense revolution. You are making history with us. But we need you to be out there, not only on social media. We're very good on social media. We have good people that are helping us and arguing and being out there and tweeting and putting our work on Facebook. That's great. I think we have the best warriors on social media, and I'm proud of that. But you must be out there also, speaking with your friends and your family, and just about Salim and our I'm saying our members of parliament, you know? our candidates, they will be members of parliament for sure. Our candidates, speaking about our platform and our values, it is important. If each one of you speaking only with 10 persons and telling them about our party, 10 and 10 and 10, and that's why we are building something. You know, when we started that, we had, like I said, the first week, we had only 1,000 members, and now we're at 45. So help us to do that common sense revolution. That's my main message tonight. I believe in you. I don't believe in big fat government, and I want to work, and we are putting people first. That's why we are calling our party the People's Party. Oh, yeah, about the name. About the name of our party. I don't know if you remember when we started the party last September. Some people, oh, we don't like the name, it's like a communist, you know, the People's Party, and so I was reading some comments on YouTube and listening some comments on YouTube and Facebook a week after we launched the party. But the real story about the name, I will tell you the real story about the name. Before launching the party, 2 days before, I had in mind the People's Party. So I did a focus group. I don't believe in focus group, but I did a focus group with my daughters. And I said to Charlotte, we had a dinner, and I said, you know, Dad will launch a party, and I have a great name for the party. And I said, no, the name will be the People's Party of Canada. P PPC. And Charlotte looked at me and she said, Dad, I don't like the name. It's like a communist name, and so I don't like it, and you're not like that. I said, but nobody will believe that I'm a communist, so we can use that name. But she said, I don't like that. I understand what you want. You want to tell people that you're ready to work with people and put people first. I understand that, and it's important to have that in your name. But let me think about something. So we had our dinner together, and at the end, she said, I have the name. I said, okay, what must be the name? And she said, the Citizen Party of Canada. Citizen Party of Canada. Dad, it's good. It's like people, but it's citizen. You know, it's better than people. Citizen Party of Canada. I said, Charlotte, it's a nice name. I cannot use it because it will be like the Conservative Party of Canada. CPC. And it's against the law. I cannot have the same first letter. So CPC, Citizen Party of Canada, CPC, Conservative Party of Canada. So I said, just because of that, they won't allow me to use that name. But you know, you understand what I want to build, what we want to do, and I appreciate that. And so we decided to keep the People's Party of Canada. And I'm very pleased and very proud. I think people understand now what we are doing. And I want more people to understand what we are doing. And that's why I count on you. I count on our members and all Canadians that are outside that don't know us. I count on you because the 21st of October, a lot of people will know that we exist and what it is to be a member of the People's Party of Canada. So thank you very much for your support.